Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of Six Figure Live. My name is Ben Hartley with Style and Story Creative, Six Figure Photography. We're going to see some characters today. We're going to see Stephen Lowe's behind me. What's up, Stephen? We're going to see Ben Adams over there. And today we're going to talk about backup. We're going to talk about a little bit of our backup solution, some of the neat tricks that we use, even just some strategies that I haven't seen any other photographers really doing in regards to organization. And so hopefully that's awesome for you guys. So before we begin, we're going to turn this around and we're going to kick it off with the intro video, and we're going to jump into episode 29. Intro video. Yeah, awesome. So here we are, you guys. I want to talk a little bit about some backup solution stuff, but more so some organization along the way because, we're at a point where with Style and Story Creative, we have 3 photographers here full-time shooting weddings, and that's just a lot of drives. It's a lot of storage. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. And so I kind of want to skip. I'm going to skip ahead. So we have there's on location backup solutions, and then we have in studio backup solutions along the way. And so I want to skip ahead to kind of some of the in studio stuff. And so for starters, you guys, this actually is so freaking important because it happened to me. Please make sure that you're using Time Machine. If you have Apple, if you're on a Mac, Time Machine will just save your butt. Now, in regards to Time Machine, I really want to encourage you guys to not be working directly off of your hard drive, directly off of your laptop or your desktop, whatever it may be, but to be having a working drive that you're able to be mobile with. But long story short, my machine died. Actually, this very machine went kaputs this year, just randomly out of nowhere. Maybe there's a power surge, I'm not really sure, but thank God for Time Machine because I was literally back up and running within about an hour once I got the call back that they had a new hard drive installed, and it saved all of my preferences, all of my apps, restored all of the files that were on my machine, and it's so freaking easy to do. So that's the step one, just run Time Machine. We were just talking about today, we're like, hey guys, make sure Time Machine's up and running, make sure it's cycling. For us, that just looks like you don't have to get some fancy like Apple approved Time Machine. Like Ben right here, let's see Ben's messy desk. This guy right here is just an old drive that we found laying around, and it just sits right there on his desk. It's like a 2 terabyte drive. It's just there, and we've assigned it as the Time Machine drive. Same thing with Stephen Lowe. If we take a look at his desk right here, this little guy is his Time Machine, and it just sits there and keeps things healthy. So one of the things I want to talk about, there's 2. This is a really popular program that, would you describe as a program, Stephen? Application? Software. It's called JPEG Mini. I really want to encourage you guys to check this out. It's blowing up, and there's a good reason why it's blowing up. JPEG Mini allows you to go back and I'm not sure what the technical term is, essentially resize your JPEGs without changing the resolution, but changing the file size in a non-destructive way. And the really awesome thing about it is it's you don't have to do it moving forward, meaning it's not just on export. One of my concerns was if I buy this, well, this is great. Everything moving forward is going to be, 4 or 5 times as small. Well, what about the other 70 terabytes from the past that I have? You guys, the awesome thing about JPEG Mini is I'm able to drag in folders from all of my past, like literally 70 terabytes, drag in folders. It's going to go in, find the JPEGs on those drives, and shrink them down in a batch editing way. And that, how much is it, dude?
$20
It's
for a
like
basic.
it's like $20 for basic. I mean, it's gonna save me hundreds of dollars in space when I go ahead and run that. So guys, go check out JPEG Mini. I have no like affiliation with them. They don't even know who I am, but I really believe in what they're doing. So that's something that a lot of people are doing. But one of the issues that we have as a studio, we have so many of these little drives laying around, right? So these are like a ton of our backup drives that we have. There's another, I mean, this is another dock that we have with one of these. Whenever we come back from a wedding, we are offloading on 2 locations, right? Everything should always be in a minimum of 2 locations. And so we offload to a working drive that we have, and then we offload to one of those back there, one of those backup drives. We take the backup drive off site. I take it home with me, okay? That way the working drive stays here in the office. That's what we're working off of. We're developing the renders, all that kind of stuff. But then the backup, those RAWs, they're going to be back home. Well, the deal is we have about 20 of these, okay? And so what happens is if we need to go back and find something, if we need to go back in kind of the archives, all of those drives are really hard to stay organized. And so, Stephen, how about you go ahead and tell us a little bit about.
Yeah, there is this program that is called Disk Catalog Maker. And basically, you stick in a drive, no matter how big it is. You click one button, and within seconds, literally like 3 seconds, if that, it says it's catalog read. And so you can go ahead and eject a drive, but you'll still have access to all your file structures in there. So if you want to be like, hey, I want to find where so-and-so's wedding, and you type their name in, all their raw files come up, all their folders, and this is without your external hard drive with you. So you know which one to pull up, which one to go look for if you ever need to go back.
So again, it's called Disk Catalog Maker. And just to be clear, what it's doing is it's essentially scanning your hard drive, right, and creating a database that's searchable, and then it allows you to pull up the entire file structure, and it uses it as a reference. And so you can't go in and edit those pictures, but now you have an exact reference for the exact folder, the exact drive, everything, the name of it, where it is. And so now I can say, okay, awesome, it's on drive, backup drive 3, in folder, X, in subfolder 2, and there it is, and you know exactly where it's at. And this is so helpful when you start to get to the point where you're building up a large repertoire of files and all that kind of stuff. And so Disk Tracker, or Disk, it used to be called Disk Tracker, Disk Catalog Maker. You guys go check it out. And that was what, $10, $20?
$30.
$30. So it's $30, but it's a really great solution, especially if you're starting to build up that type of database, essentially. One other thing to kind of show you guys that's kind of fun, and a lot of people don't get to see this, I'm going to show you guys our NAS, our network attached storage. And so Raymond says, I have to use Disk Catalog Maker as I'm just a single photographer. I have no use for it, but I could see how it would be absolutely incredible. Yeah, and it will. And it's great to know, too, down the road. Even as a single photographer, though, if you even just start getting a couple drives as backups, I mean, dude, if you're a single photographer, you should have, my guess is by the end of a year, 3 probably backup drives that just have stuff stored on it. You 100% need to have your backups in place. This is Disk Tracker. I'm sorry, not Disk Tracker. This is our Synology. I believe it's an 8-bay, an 8-bay NAS. Inside of each of these bays is 6 terabytes. This is a further archival backup that we use. So that's another option that we have on site here at the office. The really cool thing is, because it's NAS, we have 90 megabit a second up and down, which at least in the United States is really freaking fast. I know other places it's like meh. And so we're able to access that all wirelessly from all of our computers here at the office. So it's a really great solution to have. So anyhow, yeah, so for all this junk, for all these computers, we can all access it. Cool, you guys. Well, I just wanted to let you know about a couple of those pieces of software that are really a big part of what we do here. And I'm going to leave it at that. Tomorrow, you guys, hey, listen up. Tomorrow is episode 30. You guys, episode 30, that's Q&A Friday. So every single Friday we do Q&A Friday, and I would love for you guys to be involved. I would love for you guys to ask questions and for us to throw out whatever answers we can get. You guys, no question is too detailed, too specific, too nitty-gritty. I'll answer however I can. So please tune in. I'm going to aim for, again, around 1 o'clock, 1:30. It just all depends on our meeting schedule here. Cool, fun thing. Booked a wedding today, so that was awesome. No one gave me a woo woo. Woo! There we go. I got a woo. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, man, the studio is really great here. We super enjoy it. Give us a tour. Oh, you want a tour right now, Scott? How about this? I'm going to give you guys a tour of the studio on Monday. So tune in on Monday. That'll be episode 31. And we'll do a full tour of the studio where we have our meeting area and we have a video station set up and we have our photo booth set up and our ping pong area. I'll show you around the whole place and we'll get it all clean and sexy for you guys. So you guys tune in. Q&A Friday. I want you guys there. I want you asking questions. This is like an opportunity to ask any freaking thing you want. Yeah, like... Come on, like there's got to be something that you're stewing on right now that you would love some thoughts on, or you just want to ask, what's my favorite sandwich? I'd love to answer. And other than that, you guys, Instagram's getting crazy. Follow us on Six Figure Photography for Instagram. We're gonna be getting some live videos out that way. I was on Snapchat, but f that noise, because Instagram's where it's at. So Six Figure Photography on Instagram, and thanks, you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye, everybody.